100%?
No, it's still Vice Chair Bear.
Vice Chair Bear, okay.
Anytime you're ready, just give us the go-ahead, Jerry. And I apologize to everyone now. I have horrible allergies that have caused a cough, so I apologize now. Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Sherry, can you do roll call?
Here.
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 Announcements. I don't have any. Anybody else? Moving on. Citizens' time. Is there a citizen that would like to say anything? Good. Moving on. Do I have a motion to approve the previous minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from Monday, April 14th, 2014. Second.
Roll call vote? Isn't that what we usually do for minutes, or is it just everyone? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
ARB update?
Nothing new and amusing happening with the ARB.
Council update. Council voted down the historic district overlay as we had presented and are leaving it as the entire town. Thought everyone should know. New business. Anybody?
That's not on the agenda now.
Nope. Marchant, it's all on you for the planner's report.
There we go. Robinson's Paradise rezoning. It's north of town. They resubmitted and actually redesigned the project. So it'll still be a few more months before we come back to the Planning Commission. Did return our first set of comments on sheets.
Can we go back to Robinson and cover these one at a time? Sure. How different is their approach? Is there a different amount of houses or?
Same amount of houses. They just...
What's the count on that now?
I'll say 27.
Okay.
And it's the same amount. They simply... It's hard to describe without a picture. They redid the streets.
Okay.
And that just reoriented some of the houses. Makes a little more sense. But it's going to require some additional review from scratch.
Okay.
Sheets, I issued our comments on Sheets. We'll wait to hear back from them. Chick-fil-A, we're still reviewing. Did get plans in for the second sheet of ice at the ice rink. You approved the preliminary plan about a year and a half ago. They come in with a final plan, actually tweak some of the building.
Where are they on compliance with the first rink? You know, the facade on the front, getting rid of the other stuff. Where are we on that?
They're phasing it as part of the final site plan.
Okay, but it is in there to make sure that gets accomplished, correct?
Correct.
All right.
So, and that's pretty much it. We met with some folks today. Some of the properties in towns. We're starting to see a lot of renewed interest, so it's going to be a busy summer. That's all I have, Madam Vice Chair.
Old business. What's St. Paul's?
So what I have before you, remember last month, the council had or the commission had questions on a revision to the plot plan to reflect the new traffic pattern. It used to be the original special use permit had traffic coming in off of Fayette out onto Payne Lane. I did hand out a schematic with kind of a blow up of where the trailer is. The areas in pink have basically been reversed. So you used to come in off of Fayette Street, go behind the building onto Payne. They've now switched it so you come the other way. So they've amended the plans, like suggested, full-size plans I have. They've made the revisions accordingly. Just to remind the commission, this is actually two requests. When the school came in to that building on Fayette Street, it was meant to be, the school was meant to be temporary as well as the trailers itself. And they were going to move into the larger building down the Fayette, further down at the school, at the church, excuse me. So I basically consolidated all the previous conditions on those uses for the trailer and for the school, and I consolidated them into the conditions of approval that you see on the first page. Basically what it says is this supersedes all previous uses or special uses for the property and basically reissues them. Substantial conformance is basically they have to develop consistent with what this plot plan shows. The uses are restricted to the school use and the use of the classroom trailer, and the maximum number of children at any one time in the building shall not exceed 140 children. This is less than the occupancy load of actually the building. You may remember the initial, when the school went in there, in addition to the trailer being added, they had to waive a number of site plan requirements to allow them to go in temporarily. I've referenced them in condition number 4. Basically, these carry forward and shall terminate that upon the time that the school is no longer operated and the classrooms removed. Hours of operation, reference the hours of operation in their narrative. Traffic management makes reference to their traffic management narrative. Site access basically reflects or describes the traffic pattern on the property. We did put in there on number 7, any street parking attributed, any off-street parking basically attributed to that use has to be down at the Episcopal Church on Fayette Street. Did have some discussions about the applicants. Sometimes we have some folks
And that
parking
is
on
an
the
agreement
properties.
they have worked out with the Episcopal
Correct. I
Church?
did talk with Sean, and that is, he is Father Sean, and they do agree to that. So termination of approval, this is where I'll need your feedback. They have asked, this is consistent with their initial one to go through 2017. The ordinance specific to trailers requires an annual renewal, so I've left a blank there for the commission to add in what they would like to have the recommended.
Can we just reword that to, it needs to be renewed annually?
Sure.
I think that kind of covers it, and I know from our previous discussions, they didn't have a problem with it, so.
Okay. I can make that revision on the way to the council. Removal of classroom trailer basically says at the point that they no longer use it, they got to remove it and basically return the site back to what it was before. And then 10 is just an enforcement, basically to say that if for some reason these conditions aren't enforced, doesn't mean that we've waived the conditions. So essentially, this is ready for active. Oh, sorry. Behind it, we have the extension. They've made some edits to the extension to better describe their request, and then they've also modified the amended traffic management policy to reflect the current conditions. So,
And this does cover everything that Chair Weir addressed in our last meeting,
yes,
correct?
off-street parking, the new traffic pattern, and the hours of operation, and the number of students.
The applicant does not have a problem with us rewording number 8 to say renew annually, correct?
I'm sorry, say that again, please. Number 8?
Yes, number 8, the termination of approval, and just, it needs
Yes,
to be
ma'am.
reworded to say you just need to apply for this annually.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
If I may on that, I'm not sure exactly what the original date was. I think it was June, because June is when it kind of terminates. And we're looking through August.
I think we can make sure the deadline date is more in line with their school schedule, correct?
Yes, we can do that.
Okay. It's just, I know the past councils waived the yearly renewal. It's just for a trailer for classroom, I think everyone's on board with, just apply for it every year.
Yes, ma'am. That's
Okay.
fine.
And may I ask just when that is, when we send a letter to you all, what is the process then that we would go through to?
Well, it would be the same as it, we have to have a public hearing because since it's not an allowable use and it's under the special use, we do have to have a public hearing. And you just put in the application and then you go through the process.
And it's pretty much just the same paperwork, just change the date.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
I understand. It's just, we just need to get ahead of it. I think that's what Father David was talking
Yeah.
about. I always came in.
Well, my assumption would be if you had an August deadline, for transition purposes, they would need to have their paperwork in May.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to forward SUP 2014-0328 with stipulation that in paragraph 2, the date is 5/12/14, that paragraph 8 be reworded so that it is renewable every year to the council for the recommendation of approval.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Aye.
Aye. Fantastic. There we go.
Will be the council meeting in June.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, John.
And we would have a joint meeting with the council on that? or-
No, we're done.
Yeah, okay, we're done.
You had a joint hearing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah, I had one on my calendar for next month, and I'm like, what? I wasn't sure.
No, we're okay. Comprehensive plan, we've talked with Vice Chair Bear. We're going to set up a separate work session on the 22nd.
Thursday, the 22nd. We are just scheduling a work session so we can come in and knock out our comp plan. Staff has done a fantastic job up until this point, but we just need to get it across the final threshold, so. 7 p.m. on the 22nd, unless that's a really bad date for anybody.
It is a bad date for me.
Okay.
Reasons. My son is in a play that evening, and my wife comes in from New Orleans that night. So
All right, what was my other available date? Because the more of us I can have here, the happier I'll be. Do we have anything before then? Don't really want a Friday. Is there anyone we can bump? Sorry, I know I'm being a pain.
Thursday, or can we do it? What about Wednesday, the day before?
She has to check.
Monday of Memorial Day.
I can't.
No.
I won't be here Memorial Day.
It's true, you really have triplets?
Yes,
Is that recent?
12 years ago.
That's what I meant when I saw you in the...
Yeah.
Someone made it sound like it was a new thing. You've got triplets, you know, and I'm thinking newborns. Wow.
No. But you'd think I wouldn't forget to come to these meetings. You're welcome for the break.
What was the Wednesday, that Longstreet? Longstreet's in here at 7, correct?
They're on Thursday, the 15th.
Oh, that's this week.
So it is Wednesday the 21st.
ARB.
ARB.
Above the church, either on the 20th
I don't want to have to bump the church.
or the 28th, but everything else is pretty much.
Well, the homeowners-
What if we did is anyone available the 15th? I know that's this week. But can everyone be available the 15th at 8 p.m.? And Longstreet can just...
Not this week, I can't think of it. What about if the ARB is an hour, just want to say your meeting's an hour and that's it?
Yeah, I don't know who was
Yeah,
that
but
much.
if we schedule it, the ARB meeting won't be an hour. I already know how that works. What is on Tuesday, the 20th?
The church always does it Tuesday night because they get bumped on Wednesday.
Okay, and there's 7 to win?
What about the 27th?
Is this something that's got to be? It's a formal thing that we've got to sit and present in front of people, or is it?
If we're going to meet to comply with FOIA, we have to schedule this, so.
27th is council works.
Do you know if we have to be on camera? Could we be in Jen's office using the conference room for a work session?
That was what I was kind of leaning towards. Is this something that we can do?
Yeah, I don't think you have to be on camera, so you take notes.
Well, we have to call it to order, and someone has to take notes.
Right, there's got to be
so-
notes, but I don't think it has to be on camera.
Do you want to schedule a tentative then?
All right, so let's
Confirmation?
pick 2 tentative dates. We could do it the same night the church is in that room and just make sure we're quiet, which is what date?
19th
Wednesday the,
or the 20th?
No, the
Not
28th
ARB
is
is
the church.
20th.
okay, Tuesday the
19th.
19th, and then 20th, sorry.
Sorry.
And then what was the next week after the 22nd we can't do?
29th is Thursday.
And you can't do Thursdays at all, correct? Chris, Thursdays are bad for you?
I can do Thursdays, just those particular Thursdays are just, that particular Thursday, the 22nd is not good.
Okay, so either Tuesday the 20th or Thursday the 29th.
I'm fine. I can pull out of those.
Okay, are you good with either of
I
those?
believe so.
And then to meet the requirements, we just have to advertise in enough time, correct? And you'll be on that first thing tomorrow to find out for me? Fantastic.
Which one did you?
We've picked 2. Tuesday the 20th, if we can do it in the room and not have to be on camera. And if it turns
Well,
out
we
that,
just record it.
well, it just depends. She's going to find out the technicalities.
Yeah, and then if it turns out that we can't do
We
this,
can't do
have
it that
to
way,
clear,
then
we do
Thursday the
Thursday
29th.
That works.
Yeah, I think if we record it, I think we would be fine.
Yeah. She just has to check tomorrow.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a policy that all meetings are, so we just,
Be happy to bring in a video camera. Done it before.
John Marshall, comments?
They're in hiatus right now, so. This
Nothing
was
to
a public
report?
hearing and they deferred.
Okay.
So,
Are there any further discussion items?
when they're-
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Oh, sorry, it was 20 minutes.
No, we can